we think a lot about this. You just have to create good designs first. It just is paramount right now. I mean, maybe in 10 years from now, someone's going to come into the store and say, where is your organic something or whatever, or where are your ethical clothing or something like that. But right now, and probably for the next bit, it's all about good design, and I'm sure that's where it's going to stay. So first, you have to be, first and foremost, a great designer. So I would work on that. And then, second of all, I think you have to, in terms of the business, Sarah's what you said, the business, you have to be able to show value for your designs. Like right now, everybody's talking about things, prices, and things being a little bit more basic and classic, and it's really not true. It's just something that's designed really well, and if it's special, then and it's extravagant, then and it's expensive, then fine. But if it's designed really well, then that's going to be okay. And so you have to give value. If it's something simple, then it has to be priced a little bit less. Then I think in the past few years, I think the designers' prices have gone way up, and they've come a little bit down, at least in ready-to-wear they have. So design and value are the two most important things I think that you can work on. And then you have, I have such great respect for the people that are doing sustainable clothing or accessories or whatever it is, because it takes so much work, because you don't really have the raw materials out there that just a regular designer would have. So you either have to create, or you have to research, or you have to be completely creative and maybe recycle something, or I even include in that genre fair trade, or going somewhere and really knowing who's making community service or something like that. But I think good examples of that, when we first started doing our whole sort of pitch to designers on doing things that have more fashion consciousness to them, we asked Loom State, which was already an organic, really casual company, and they did t-shirts and hoodies, and they did it really well. They did graphics great, and they could compete with things that were non-organic. Then we asked at the high end, we asked Stella McCartney. Stella McCartney already has the ethical principles of, she's very, what's the word, animal, I forget, it's not animal friendly, but she doesn't believe in using leather. So there's an exact word for it, but I can't really remember right this second. So cruelty-free. Cruelty-free, yes, thank you. And she's a vegetarian or a vegan herself, and she's very conscious in her lifestyle, so it was really easy for her to do an all organic collection for us. And then thirdly, we asked Philip Lim, who's sort of in between those, who gives you really good design and design for a price. And taking those three really good examples, we have continued to grow the Loom State business, but we've had to make things very special. Like we do special programs, and right now we're working on an endangered species program where all the t-shirts are modeled after endangered species, and so they take a print of a snow leopard and blow it up and make it incredibly fashionable. So we've been having fun with that. So it's just not about ordinary tees and hoodies and things like that. And then with Stella, we had a little bit of a hard time because it was more expensive. So actually the organic part of her collection was really more expensive. And you're limited with colors and dyes and things like that. And our customer just, at that level, they want to buy something that is, the moment they find out that it's organic, this is really funny, the moment they would find out it's organic, they would think that it was actually something less. So they didn't realize that actually you have to put more into it, that the materials are more expensive. And so what we started doing is not even calling it organic. We just put the whole thing into the Stella McCartney collection and said, this is Stella McCartney. So a knitted sweater that's, you know, sort of ecru and cable may be organic, but they're buying it because it's a cardigan that's, you know, cream and, you know, cabled sweater. And then with Philip Lim, I think he's actually done the best job because he has a vertical operation. He owns his factories. So, or his partner owns the factories. So he doesn't have to source out his production. He can keep really tight, you know, on that. And he's been really resourceful in finding fabrics. And because it's made in China and because he is in good relationship with the factories, you get good product and you get a good price. So that one, we actually have a separate label for it. It's called Go Green Go. And now our customers just kind of just think of it as cute, Go Green Go. They don't really associate it with being something sustainable or organic. So that's why I think that design is super important. And I sort of take the philosophy that, and we all take the philosophy of the store, you should just create good product and we should try and seek out good product that has consciousness to it. And the more, we've learned a lot, like, no, it's really hard to do something 100%, but if you can talk to us about what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve and you do that really well, that's the most important thing. It's better to build on something that's strong than try to do something sort of halfway and call it completely sustainable organic. I mean, kudos to you, but it has to be competitive in order to draw the customer in, I think. So I hope that makes sense.
No.